caught in a web. My sister's betrayal led to a wild chase with the cops. It was supposed to be a simple day. I was just helping my sister Lily move some of her things into her new apartment. It had been months of planning, and today was the big day. But what started as an ordinary move quickly spiraled into a wild chase that would change everything. Lily and I had always been close growing up, or at least I thought we were. We'd always had each other's backs, whether it was against our parents or the world. But that morning, something felt off. She was acting strange, more anxious than usual, and kept checking her phone like she was expecting someone to call. As we loaded the last box into her car, she glanced around nervously. "I'll be right back. Just need to grab something from inside," she said, and darted into the house. I didn't think much of it at first, but when I heard sirens in the distance, my stomach dropped. It wasn't long before the flashing red and blue lights appeared at the end of the street. I barely had time to process what was happening when I saw Lily's car speed off from the driveway. She was running from the cops. I ran toward my car, trying to make sense of it all. Was she involved in something illegal? Why was she fleeing the scene? I had to know, so I followed. The pursuit was unlike anything I'd ever experienced. My heart pounded as I tried to keep up with her car, weaving through traffic. I watched in disbelief as Lily took sharp turns, swerving through intersections. She was a skilled driver, but I knew something was wrong. This wasn't the sister I knew. Suddenly, I got a call from her. "Stay back, and you won't get hurt." Her voice was cold, almost unrecognizable. "Lily, what's going on? What did you do?" I asked, panic rising in my chest. "I can't explain right now, but I'll make sure you're safe. Just don't get too close. They're looking for you too." That's when I realized she hadn't just stolen a car or broken a law. She was running from something deeper. But what? And why was she pulling me into it? The chase was now at full speed, and the cops had blocked off the road ahead. They were closing in. My sister made a daring move, swerving onto a side street, but it wasn't enough. She was trapped. I could see the officers getting closer to her, ready to take her down. I couldn't let them catch her. I couldn't. She was my sister, and no matter what, I had to help her. I cut across an alley, hoping to find a shortcut to cut her off. In the madness, I saw her car slam into a dead end. She jumped out, running toward a nearby park. I followed on foot, adrenaline pumping through my veins. Lily had stopped, facing the officers now closing in on her, but something was off. She wasn't scared. In fact, she looked almost relieved. She turned to me, her eyes betraying a secret I couldn't quite understand. "Lily, please, tell me what's going on," I shouted as the cops drew near. "Don't follow me," she said, almost whispering. "I didn't want this for you. I'm sorry." Before I could respond, she bolted, disappearing into the woods at the edge of the park. The cops, now focused on her, didn't seem to notice me standing there, frozen, heart racing. By the time they caught up with her, I was long gone, back at home, trying to make sense of everything. The truth of her betrayal, whatever it was, had shattered my trust. But she was still my sister. Days later, she called. The truth finally came out. It wasn't a crime spree, but a series of mistakes, caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. She'd been used by someone she trusted, unknowingly caught up in a bigger mess. But that didn't matter now. The police were on her trail, and the chase wasn't over. I wasn't sure where this wild chase would end, but one thing was clear. My sister's betrayal had led us into a life we couldn't turn back from.